There's Dakota. Wondered what would happen if I just randomly went live for no reason. Well, I guess I'm finding out. I've never actually done this before. Shop 209, what's happening? I'm just hanging out. Y'all want in? Y'all want to jump on the screen? Come on. I mean, I've never done such a pointless live, but I am now. Tony's live ended early. So whatever. I'm not stepping on any other lives, am I? Dust Devil, you were live yesterday for a little while. You don't have like a live going tonight or anything, do you? I didn't want to mess anybody up, but I didn't see anybody else. Oh, there's the doorbell. Cherry Racing, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing. This is a random, pointless live. I've never done this before. I just thought, why not? I was modding Tony's. He had, I don't know if you saw, he had a piston that didn't fit, had a spread skirt on it.
Ooh.
And it just stopped his live build right in its tracks. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm just here. I have a job I need to be doing, which is making a spreadsheet of the no-name nationals registrants because there's too many of them now to keep up with without. And I'm like, I just really don't want to do. I'll do that later. I'll do that later or tomorrow morning or something.
Love some procrastination.
Yeah, gotta procrastinate. Big Mike's in the house. How you doing, man? I see JMJ. See, Joe just came here to find out why I'm doing it to see if my account got hacked. That's got to be why he's here. We're glad you're here, Joe. Bear Rose is listening. Man, I feel bad for all of these spouses that hear Dallas and I, and they're like, oh, man, when will they stop doing that? Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you saw it, Ricky. So Tony had a piston that wouldn't fit because the skirt was spread on it. I don't know if it had been detonating or what, but they were eating pizza. He said, maybe I can use a piece of pizza in place of a piston. And he sticks a piece of pizza down in the bore. And I asked him what the crust gap was and, what the deck clearance was. I mean, it was an idea. It was a thought. I had a piece of pizza on the deck of the 318, Lunar Outlaws 318 we were building it. People freaked out about that.
Oh, yeah. I could imagine.
I disagree. This is a pointless live. But it's fun. I'm just sitting there, just hanging out. Glad to have Jerry in here. This is cool.
Yeah, we were, or at least my dad was starting to put the engine back together on the Duster, and I was wiring it up today, and probably might finish it up tomorrow. Making some progress.
Well, I'm trying to figure this thing out. Yeah.
Mike, we can hear you. Just unblock your camera. So you got a stop cam. Click on that, and we'll be able to see you too. Now, Mike disconnected himself. Dakota said that was my first to get timed out. Yeah, see, that's the thing people don't know. So we actually have new people complain, you timed Dakota out for no reason. No, there is a reason. The reason is because of the 229,000 subscribers Tony is, what percent of them have you heard of?
Right.
Well, now everybody knows who Dakota is. It's his thing. It's his thing. The universe is not in balance if Dakota is not being timed out. Yeah, no kidding, Shop 209. It's freaking busy. We're getting there.
You're probably wanting some more time to finish getting ready, and the rest of us are wanting it to be tomorrow.
We have so much cool stuff coming up. Dallas and I will be live on Friday, and come check it out. We got surprises. We got all kinds of cool things coming. So check it out. One of the things I wanted to do is talk about ways to live stream and because everybody's doing live streams now. So things that will help your streams, especially the No Name 500 guys that are trying to get their subs.
Yeah, well, I was for a little bit discussing trying to, possibly start doing lives every other week or so. But then it's like out of nowhere, everybody started doing them. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know if this is the time to start doing it or not.
See, I do them, but I was already established. I've been doing it for a
Right,
couple of years now, and
right.
yeah, Dakota. Well, Greenway. Okay, right now that's the calendar we focus on right there. But it's on the forefront of my mind. If you'd have told me that a month and a half after the announcement that I would still be swamped and was still doing 3 meetings a week and we'd still have multiple registrations coming in every day, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed that you would still have it on the way up 6, 7 weeks out. I would never believe that. I would have thought Dallas and I both figured, okay, 2 weeks after the announcement, we'll probably be cleaning up a big splash. And then it'll just, steadily and work its way. Oh, no, it hadn't been that way at all. It hadn't been that way at all. We're actually busier now than we were week 2.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really surprised me.
Yeah,
I would not have guessed that.
Talked to a few guys, and between us and everybody else, we've been busy too, trying to get everything ready for just our season, and the guys getting ready to get their cars ready for it, and also progress their YouTube to the point to where they can go to it.
Yeah, and the thing about having 500 subs is not hard for anybody to get that wants to put in the work to do it. Not hard for anybody. Okay. And some people had just no subs at all. They're going to get it. And then some people, I had one channel. I'm not picking on him. Okay. He's got his 500 now, but he had 450 some. And he was afraid. He said, do I get a refund if I don't get there? I said, no, you don't get a refund if you don't get there. But he needed 50 subs in 8 months. There's Big Mike. You're muted, Big Mike. We can see you.
I had to turn on my computer. I was on my phone.
There we are. Yeah, Lunar's in here. Look at that. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, we just hit 300
Lunar,
about an hour ago.
Who's that? Y'all did?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations. When you get when somebody gets really close, I try to help them out. Like Dodge Whisper was at 482 tonight, and on Tony's live, I gave him a plug, and we got him over 500.
Oh wow, cool.
He'd have gotten there anyway, but we're glad to help the ones who put the work in and
he started
make
not
a
too
little
long
fun
ago either.
over getting the rest of the way.
Well, I was just going to tell you thanks again for last night's live because that was awesome. I've got 16 or 17 since last night.
Yep.
So I'm up to 227 at last count, I think.
You're almost halfway.
Yeah.
You're almost halfway.
Yeah. And so
you guys are both going to totally get it, but we're having fun with it. So I have a list on my phone. I have a list of channels. I don't want to show it for different reasons. It was a bunch of people on, but what I do is I put a green check mark after a channel once it gets 500. So I got this weird organizing system of indentations and stuff, so I know who's doing what. Oh my gosh, there went the neighborhood. What's going on, Brian?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, well, this is just completely random and pointless, just like the description said. But Tony cut his live a little early because he had a bad piston. Imagine that. Is that deja vu or what?
I saw on D&D he was doing a live engine build, so I popped in and I saw it. I said he should throw it out the garage door.
Yeah. So for you guys, if you didn't see, we were doing Brian's 318 live, and there was one piston that looked like it experienced severe detonation, and the piston was kind of mushroomed out. It wouldn't go in the block, and so Tony just threw the whole thing out the garage door, out in the parking lot. So we decided to do a giveaway on it.
Well, I saw with the 225 slant 6 for Plan Z, and they were talking about the tolerances, how low the tolerance or how weak the tolerances were.
They're pretty
good.
And
I was just thinking, well, heck, I could work on one of those then.
Yeah. No, I mean they're the slant 6 is very forgiving, but you don't want to put in something like that. If it's that tight going together, just imagine when it warms up.
Yeah.
Quick. The person never did send me the address to send that piston to, so.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tell me what I owe you for that motor mount you're going to bust off of there and send me, and we'll put you something in for the piston too.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm completely for real. I'll put it up on my wall.
What's that? This piston?
That piston, yeah, it's a souvenir of the build.
I gotta get down to the shop or that yard. He hasn't been down there for me to get in there.
So there's two pistons. So that piston can go up, but there's another piston that's already destined for this wall. Andy has already told me he's saving the piston that his truck threw a rod off of on I-40. And I just have not been able to get with him to get it. But I am going to see Andy in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be down there for his dyno day. He's going to know Monday what exact day is for his dyno session. And he's going to have the mixed up boss on the dyno for, I don't know if I could even say. But anyway, he's got a dyno day coming very soon, and I'll be down there for it. And I'll have the piston that the 393 threw out the side of the block up on the wall here after that.
That'd be pretty awesome.
See, Dakota's saying Tony could have used the piston out of a weed eater. What in the world? Okay, Greenway, if you want to bring your car and debut it there, you're welcome to. Tony could have used the piston out of the weed eater for that slant. It's 3.4-inch bore. That's what. Well, Don, you're not late. This is the Random Pointless Live. Would you like to jump in here? You're welcome to. Yeah, I'll do that. You know what? Shop 209, Don. Any of you guys, we don't have anybody in here that I don't want on the live. You guys want to jump in? I didn't even really have any reason to do this other than Tony's live cut off early, and this gets me out of making the spreadsheet that I need to for the No Name Nationals contestants because I quit keeping track around 200. And the reason I don't mean quit keeping track, I have a track obviously of people who've registered, but I've quit keeping track of all the declarants who have yet to register. There's just too many. So if you guys want to stay on the forefront of who's getting pushes and helps and shout outs and opportunities, you need to get registered.
I think I found half a dozen new channels today that I had never heard of before. That had declared, but you know, I mean, they had anywhere from 16 subscribers to 300 subscribers.
Right. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. There are so many now that we're past the point of just trying to organize all the people who said they want to do something, which is a good problem to have, and I'm thrilled. But if they get registered, now I have them on a sheet of people who've registered. I have their contact info. So, for example, when Unfinished Project won your giveaway, I've got his contact info. I can hook you right up, right? I can't do that with people who just hashtag the video. So,
right,
it really does help. It helps in that regard.
Well, I think that also, I mean, if you're serious about it, you know,
agree.
Put your money where your mouth is, you know.
Yeah, you got to commit.
Yeah, just get it done. And then it's like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like just wadding up my money and throwing it away, you know.
Yeah. I think we registered around 200 subs or so.
Yeah.
So pretty early. And we're at 300 now. I have no doubt we can hit 500 by then.
I think I was at about 70 or something when I registered.
there are going to be guys who have, you know, less than 100 or fewer. I don't want to say less than. I'm a grammar freak a little bit. So when you say less than, you actually mean like your subs are lesser. You don't mean that, but that's what you're saying. So it's fewer than 100 subs. So there's guys that have fewer than 100 subs who are not registering because they think they can't make it. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to watch guys with 25 subs pass them, make it to the event, have the time of their life, and are going to regret that they didn't do it. That's going to happen. And I hope they make videos talking about how much they regret it. Oh my gosh, it just keeps getting thicker in here.
Hey, Jason.
So anyway, for SRP who asked this and everybody else, this I told you in the description, this is a random pointless live. Tony planned his live early because he had a mushroom piston that wasn't going to fly in his Slant 6, even though it came out of the engine. It apparently got mushroomed in the engine. So He had to abort the build, and a piece of pizza wouldn't work in the build. He actually literally tried it in the bore, but they've canned it until 10 a.m. Central tomorrow. So tune in to Uncle Tony's Garage 10 a.m. Central tomorrow, and you can see where his build picks up.
And somebody sent him pizza, so everything's good.
For real. Jet pizza was delivered. He took a slice. He put it in the bore. He said it didn't work. Now, my theory is that Jet Pizza is out of spec. If he used Little Caesars, I think that the crust gap would have been perfect.
And
Just my theory.
It would have been well lubricated also.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things that stop progress, but you know what? Yeah, there's. Well, so Cabral has 200, 300 subs. He floats around that mark. He could get it. We'd like to see Cabral come out and show us how it's done. I mean, after all, he knows so much more than all of us.
He is the genius.
Ball there? What's his name?
That toothless old man can come out and show us how it's done. We're going to have VIP seating for him. We'll interview him. We'll even help him get there. He just needs to come on out. By the way, Mike, you're muted, right? Which is cool. You know that. Just making sure.
I was talking to the hoopty boss.
Totally cool. Just making sure. I have guests sometimes that don't know it. And I don't realize it because I can't see what they're doing.
Yeah. I think her new nickname's actually going to be Hoopty Mama. She's not really warmed up to it yet, but we're gonna work on it.
Just don't pronounce it wrong.
Right.
No, SRP, it is not. What it is telling people why he canned his live early. So why I just went live just to do it. That's what it is. SRP likes to provoke. I'll provoke something now. You want to hear something funny? Competition Plus won't say it, but you know that they're sponsored by NHRA. It's the only reason they could do with their live all that they do. It's all NHRA. Those people worship NHRA on the Competition Plus every Tuesday live. And they had the president of NHRA. They've had John Force on there. They've had all the reigning champions. They don't get as many views on a live as we get, which tells you our community is more popular with the real car people than theirs is.
Absolutely.
Which I think is just fantastic. And they don't believe me when I tell them that NHRA making racing about 32 cars in the whole country that all burn nitromethane is not the right move. They do that for empty stands. Meanwhile, we're going to have a bunch of us hacks out in primered cars in Missouri having a huge event that's packed with spectators, and they still don't believe that we know something they don't.
Do we have to primer the cars?
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll help you out with that.
I'm more concerned about it going down places than getting paint on it.
Jerry's is too nice. His looks too nice to be there, but we'll let it in.
I didn't plan on that extra
Looks great on
myself.
Camera. Aaron says he'll have paint. You going to be there, Aaron? I don't recognize you yet.
I'll have paint. It just won't be good paint. It's just sunburn. That's all.
That's okay. 2 point. By the way, SRP, I cannot find you on a name search on YouTube. And at 400 subscribers, I really should be able to. So make sure to put your link up when you want to promote your channel.
Yeah, I tried.
There's a whole bunch of channels called SRP, but they're all different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what they've done is they've moved you down in the placement.
When you're talking about NHRA,
okay. Cool.
Talking about the NHRA stuff, when I was researching for what trivia I was going to do for my giveaway last night, and I was reading about how many racers had so much disdain for the management of NHRA back in the 70s and 80s, how they were just, racers just absolutely hated the management there.
Have y'all heard the
restrictions
Dallas' story? Well, have you heard Dallas's story about why he bought the AHRA?
Because of the NHRA.
Yeah, right. You know what happened to him, y'all know? I mean, it's like they're trying to kill it. That track that wouldn't let him in because he wouldn't run electronics, that track's closed now. It's stupid. It's just stupid. Those
I think-
people have forgotten what drag racing's all about, and now they just sit there and worship these big sponsors and these big sponsors. I can tell you firsthand, these big sponsors, a lot of them don't change their own engine oil.
Oh
And you're
no.
trusting them to
Yeah.
make good decisions for your automotive endeavors? No.
I know one of the
Absolutely.
big things that turned them off, the racers back in the day, was when AHRA took control of all the merchandise sales. Like guys weren't allowed to sell their own T-shirts and hats and whatnot. You know.
They have taken, you know what? They've taken all the grassroots out of it. And, you know, when I looked at NASCAR's latest revision, the single lug nut, the rear transaxle, the paddle shifters, it looked like they specifically went in there to kill every remaining bit of DNA out of the old stock car racing they possibly could on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm like, they have guaranteed that sport is dead.
Done. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yep. Well, it's definitely not moonshine haulers anymore.
It just,
Half of them don't even know what moonshine is.
It's funny because I was talking with someone about NASCAR and how he absolutely would never root for the Toyotas, and I'm like, they're all the same car. They all
Right,
use the same
literally.
engines.
there is nothing anymore.
They're all the same vehicle. They just have different stickers on them.
Yeah.
When the Ford Fairlane came into NASCAR, 66, 67, Ford had such of a mess on suspension, they allowed Ford to do an aftermarket chassis, basically, built with that body. And that opened the door to it. And then by the mid-70s, you basically had, you know, all custom chassis with certain body panels. And then they just turned into go-karts with fake bodies. And well, look at Pro Stock. It's all those fake Camaro go-karts now. There's just nothing worth watching in Pro Stock anymore. Nothing.
I was having dinner with an old friend last night, and he was like, "Did you watch Daytona last week, or did you watch the HRA race?" I'm like, "Nope, can't stand it anymore. It's
I
all the
haven't
same
watched
stuff."
in years.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, and also too, because it's all corporate and all the cars are the same. Okay, what do the big advertisers look for to be the point of difference? Okay,
Right.
they want drivers. But here's the thing. You know, in this day and time, in this woke world, what do? You get these drivers who are all cookie cutter. They're all the same. They're all sponsored darlings. They're not exciting. They're okay. Do you think in 2022 that a non-traditional sponsor would have Dale Earnhardt in the car?
Oh no.
They'd be terrified. They'd be terrified that he would insult the woke gods, and they would never put him in the car. It's easy to see what's happened to this stuff. They've destroyed it.
On top of it, it's like they don't push development on normal cars anymore. You look at
It's all gone.
the era of Richard Petty. That's like they pushed the envelope. It was race on Sunday and buy on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what can you buy? Well, Pro Stock in 1986, I believe, Buddy Ingersoll was running a turbo Buick. He was running a Grand National. He ran a turbo V6, and he was beating up on the guys with V8s. Now, interestingly, he had the only car you actually could go and buy at the dealer, and they banned it.
They
because
banned
he
it,
was
yeah.
winning. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it sucks. It's
mean,
just
you
like
really- You think Pro Stock inspires people to buy Camaros to dealership? I mean, I know it doesn't.
and even TV shows. You get the what is it there? Street Outlaws. That used to be really good until it all became pro mods.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look if you were to have a Pro Stock class that actually used a stock-bodied Camaro and a stock-bodied Mustang and a stock-bodied Challenger. Well, they have that. It's the factory stock class. So why not let the factory stock class turn it up in the engine department a little bit more, and then you would have a Pro Stock class that actually could sell some cars. Well, they won't want to do it because those guys don't get the big money. It's all about money now. They've ruined it. They've destroyed it.
Hey, John, did you notice White Trash Motorsports? He had a question on there.
He's talking about tow rigs, I see.
Yeah.
If you want to race your tow rig, otherwise, no. I mean,
I don't want to race mine, that's for sure.
you want to race your tow rig?
Well, I guess you could do it like Dick Landy had that big D700.
I see you down there. You know what? When you get more than 5, I can't see the second row.
Hey, how's it going?
Now
Hey.
sorry about that. When you get more than 5, the second row is down below.
Oh,
So
I
I
got
had to scoot that up.
No problem.
I've never had this many people on live before, so I didn't know. Well, we've definitely, hey, Andy, see Andy in the comments over. We've definitely beaten Competition Plus's regular Tuesday show with this. They should be ashamed.
How many people? I can't see how many people you have.
47.
50,
Nice.
50 in here.
Yeah.
Hey, Nolan,
yeah,
you want
50.
in? Come on if you want to. We're just hanging out. We're not doing anything constructive.
Yeah, make it a round table.
Absolutely
We're doing
nothing constructive.
All right,
Now,
guys,
now I can see when more people show up.
I'm gonna duck out so more guys can get in here.
Did any of y'all have
I
eight?
don't. I got 6. I don't know if I can get a 7th one or not. I'm not sure. I got the regular StreamYard, but I mean,
I think 6 is your limit, John.
probably.
hmm
Yeah, and I can duck out too. I mean, I was
just
on
planning
last
jumping
night,
in
so
real quick, and
Oh, yep. Shoot.
I
I'll
can
duck
also
out.
hop off,
I'll
too.
be in the. I'll still be in the stream chat, but
yeah,
I'll let some other guys get some conversation in here.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go ahead and duck out, and I'll just be on the stream.
All right. Have a good evening, gentlemen.
All right,
We'll
we'll be
have
watching.
We'll have you guys on another time. Definitely need to get you, Jerry.
All right,
And
sounds
just so
good.
you
man.
know, now that I'm up over 225, that's only like less than, I think 227.
You're
Less
almost
than 70.
halfway.
That's less than 75 before my next giveaway. So, we're going to have another cool giveaway here in about 75 subs.
Nice.
Let's do it. Let's see it.
Awesome.
Make sure to let me know and I'll share the post.
Okie doke. We'll do it.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
see you guys.
We'll see y'all.
Well, did anyone else have 80-degree weather today, or is it
Travis,
just me?
what's up, brother?
Travis,
What's up, guys?
now Wendy English. It looks like Wendy English, the boss herself's trying to get on, but it says device is not connected. So if she gets connected up, we'll put her in here. How you doing, Travis? Who did you beat street racing today?
I didn't actually get out of the house today. It's been raining so bad. I wanted to pull the front end off of Copperhead today and get it ready, but it's been raining too bad and cold. So
It's 80 degrees here. Or it
It
was.
wasn't too bad here today. I'm gonna try to shoot a video tomorrow, and it's utterly ridiculous. So we'll have to wait and see. It should come out March 13th, I think.
I've been just posting some old videos I had just to get them put out there.
Oh, Dodge Whisper. This is what he's talking about. If you guys have missed it, Dodge Whisper was at 482. I noticed when Tony started his live, and then Tony asked, "Who here needs subs?" I said, "Well, the Dodge Whisper just needs 18," and we bumped him up to 501 in 10 minutes.
Oh,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm at 410 today.
You're going to get. I mean, you're obviously going to get there, but we like being able to help people out. So if you get close, we'll.
I got 3 or 4 from Lunar earlier.
Good.
Well, you have a great channel, man.
Well, thank you. I haven't done a whole lot over the last couple of months, but it's getting better.
It's this part of the year too is also really slow with YouTube analytics too. So
Yeah.
Red Eyed Patriot is the next closest.
I subbed him
At
yesterday.
424. He's the next closest.
Let me see if I can find him real quick. There's
He's
been a
next
few of them
closest.
There's been a few of them I couldn't find them when
SRP is the one that I can't find.
SRP is at 403.
Yeah, I've been having a hard time finding people like that too.
So we've gotten 4 of them. We've got 4
All right.
channels that have made it, and more to come.
Red Eye Patriots at 425 now. I just subscribed.
Yeah. Well, they'll get there. I mean, it's coming.
Mr. Wilburn, I got a perfect engine for you.
What's that?
I just picked it up the other day.
Cool.
It's a straight 6.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Flathead or slant?
No, straight.
Okay.
What do you think? You put a 2JZ in your Roadrunner?
Oh.
Hey, bring that 2JC. I need it for my Toyota pickup.
Yeah,
that
That would be cool, actually.
I want to do that to my little Toyota.
Do one of these, the 1UZs. They're far better than the 2JZs.
Oh, you got a 1UZ?
Well, I got a 2JZ too, but I have a couple of 1UZs.
That's the V8,
What
isn't it?
about Beyonce?
Yeah. It won't fit in the truck.
All right, here's some stupid show and tell.
Awesome.
I'm already subscribed.
What is
So we
that?
know what this is. That's the master cylinder gasket for a Mopar. And that's the push rod boot. And you can see it. That's the keeper for the push rod. A part a lot of people neglect.
Yeah. Doesn't
And of
fall out.
course, it all goes to this.
Oh, there you go.
Now, I know this looks like every master cylinder in the world, but it's a special master cylinder.
Because it's yours.
Well, not
It's a
only
manual
that.
brake.
No. See, this is like a really weird one to find. It's for manual discs.
Oh wow.
So it's the smallest,
Oh, wow.
it's the smallest piston, but it has the port for the drums on one end and not the other. And it's a manual disc. Now, you haven't been able to get this one forever. I think this goes on a 69 Charger with a slant 6 or some really weird application. But there's a guy who's reproducing this from the factory blueprint. It's cast in America.
Cool.
And it's not cheap, but it's a really
That sounds
nice
expensive.
master.
Yeah.
And it's this is going to Dark Sport. I've had this
Oh,
for
nice.
a long time. I just haven't. I've actually had my parts to Dark Sport for a lot longer, but I'm waiting on getting something else I could show.
You had the parts before you had the car.
No, I didn't have the parts before I had the car, but I got the parts. But anyway, this is a really nice piece I've been waiting to put in, and this is what I just picked up at random. That's what I did with my. I thought I had my sheet metal in here. Adam from Hoosier's Garage was nice enough to send me some vintage sheet metal to put into the inner fenders on the Dark Sport.
He's awesome. He's a good guy.
He is awesome.
Yes, Andy, that was very hard to find today. I'm glad he's producing it. But anyway, you can always do the aluminum modern Mopar master cylinder, which is what most guys do. They put the adapter block in there to go to a 2-bolt master cylinder and all that. But that does not look right at all on an 80s vintage racer, right?
Because
but
Wilwood makes one that would work perfectly.
They
But it
do,
doesn't-
but
won't
this
look right.
car, this car needs to look like it rolled off the trailer in 1980 to go rule some drag race.
That's
It
really
needs to
cool.
look correct, and that master cylinder would not look that way at all.
Right.
Now, are you planning on having that ready for No Name Nationals?
I'm not gonna be able to do anything in No Name
Yeah.
Nations. So Thursday we're working all day setting up, and then we're going to be pit reporters all day Friday and Saturday with one of us peeling off to handle any problems, and we're going to have a blast. But it's going to be a whole lot of work. I mean, Dallas would like to bring his T-Bird. I'd like to bring the Roadrunner, but it's just too much for us to do. We just can't.
Yeah, you guys are going to be busy.
Yeah, we're going to be there sometime Thursday night. So,
I mean, you never know if we have it more ironed out to where it's more predictable for the following year, then that becomes a real possibility.
Well, I'll tell you, I run the Sand Lake Kiwanis Summerfest, and it doesn't get any easier any year.
Yeah.
We get almost 40,000 people go through a weekend, and it's you're always putting fires out. So.
well, and no matter how well the event goes, there's going to be a bunch of people crying about something somewhere.
Oh, there's going to be about 3 of those, and I already know who they're going to be because I've been getting emails from them. Hey, Andy, I've got 2 sets of those. Believe it or not. Yeah,
Oh,
we're going to do an invitation set up on Thursday for helpers. The problem is I'm afraid there's going to be a whole lot of people try to get in. Don English keeps asking me this, and so far the answer is yes.
Let's see. That's going to be what, July?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be
Okay.
July, I believe the 8th is when I'm leaving.
Is that the Mopar Nationals at Carlisle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of us that go to that, and I'll be pitting with Don English with my 69 Roadrunner that identifies as a 62 value.
Yeah, it'd be in the dark spot.
Well, they're funny about that. And I'm hoping that the lawn chair dudes, won't insist I park with the B-boys. Of course, they won't want that car there anyway because it doesn't look nice enough to be on their show field. So
It'll lower the property value.
right, and I'm glad I'm
have
defending car show people.
I might have to see if I can get old Red up there this year.
Yeah,
I don't know
cool.
if I have the time off work. I know it'll make it up there. It's just getting off work and everything.
Well, that's the opposite for me. I know I can get off work, but it's the that Roadrunner has not driven a mile in over 20 years. And I don't know how long it's been since there's been an engine in it. And
Wow.
yeah.
Well, John, just remember, I picked up a truck in South Carolina and drove it to Memphis.
Yeah.
You gotta have some adventure in you.
Yeah, I got it. Let me tell you, I got adventure in me. I would do it in a minute. I'm just saying it could get interesting. I'm going to take extra wire. I'm going to take all those things, silicone tape, everything I could think of, need on the way, extra parts. We're going to try to be ready for battle.
Don't forget jumper cable, because that's what I forgot, was jumper cable.
Well, you know, I told people, like, if the transmission takes a dump somewhere in Maryland, I'm going to be limping it in second gear or whatever and rebuild it there in the hotel conference room. I mean, I'll do stuff like that.
Well, that's like I'm going to do that Rocky Mountain Race Week. I'm going to have all kind of spare parts. I got to drive 1,000 miles in that crap. So
hey, imagine, you know what? Those things at hotels, you know, they're about yay tall and they have the wheels and the platform. I mean, those things are just made for putting a transmission on and rolling into the elevator, taking it up to your room, right? They're exactly the right size, right? You can't tell me that's not what those are made for.
After watching Vice Grip Garage constantly breaking lugs, I even bought a whole set of lugs for the Supra just in case.
Joe knows I'm full of adventure. Yes, I did. And then I took that same U-Haul with one engine and a transmission in it to Louisiana. Andy can tell you I'm not good luck on road trips, though.
Were you with him when he broke the rod? Or
I was filming that truck when the rod puked.
Yes, he was.
Yes, I was. I was right beside. I slowed down a little bit, and I was in the chase vehicle doing filming. So I have some great film that's never before been seen going through Asheville and stuff. And they come around me on the left, and as I'm panning over to film, I could just hear the marbles in the coffee can. It sounded really bad. And I'm like, oh. And it goes around me, and I see the smoke. It was rough, and I knew that sound was bad. And they coast down to a stop in front of me on the shoulder, and I'm like, oh, man. But anyway, we had lawn chairs out. And we had a good time. The weather was beautiful. And we hung out waiting on Micah to come pick us up. And I'm hoping Micah brings the Blue Mustang to the No Name Nationals because he probably going to have a shot at getting the low ET of the event.
yeah, that's going to be a good event. I'm pretty excited about that.
I cannot wait. Was it 215 days now? Is that what that sign says?
Yep. Update that clock. So I update the clock daily. So when I cleaned my office out a few years ago, I found a whole ream of this orange paper. And I don't know where it came from. I know I didn't buy a ream of orange paper.
That came from 5th grade.
I have no idea. But anyway, I had all this paper. And so a few days ago, I saw it and I thought, man, that would be perfect. I'll just start making my signs out of it. So. Yeah, I had to find that picture. But Gilman there will enjoy this if I can find it. In fact, I should be able to find it because, it came right up. Okay, so this is the distributor gear out of Andy's truck.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can see that, but the pin boss.
Yeah, the pin boss wallered out.
It's wallered out and cracked.
And
that thing, it just jumped time at just the wrong time, backfired hard, and it spit. I think it was number 7 connecting rod out the side. Andy can correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't pretty.
The backfire is what caused it?
I think so.
The jumping time.
I'll tell you what, though. We gave it the college try, man. I have a trauma kit in all my vehicles. And we took that out, and I put a combat bandage. I got that out, some duct tape, Andy shimmied up under there, and we patched a hole in the pan, put oil back in it, pulled the pair of roller lifters out. Okay,
Right.
we can't take them all the way out, but we pulled them all the way up and wired them with a piece of wire. I had some wire, wired them up, and said, okay, let's see if we can just drive it on 7 cylinders. So if the rod doesn't foul out, we can drive it on 7 and get where we need to go, right? Well, we did for about 100 yards, and then the piece of rod fouled out and broke the rest of the way. So,
Oh wow.
Hey, it's Brian.
What's
Yeah.
up, Brian?
there's a Casper souvenir on the side of I-40. It's 5 miles into Tennessee in the westbound lane. You can
Now, on
find
that
it
engine-
manually connecting rod.
On that engine, does the what drives the oil pump on that one? The distributor or the cam?
I believe
I'm
it's
sure Andy will answer, but
yeah, Andy. I can't think off the top of my head.
What engine is it?
Small block Ford. I haven't been into one so long. I don't remember.
I mean, a regular Windsor, they've got that little small
Distributor.
pencil shaft. The distributor drives it.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if the is that a Windsor block he's using?
Yeah.
A style Windsor style
Yeah.
block.
What was the question?
It was just on what drives the oil pump on a small block Ford. We couldn't remember.
Oh. I got my Ford over here. I figured you might know.
I haven't done a small block Ford in years. There's a buddy of mine's 79 truck we did a 302 for.
The shop I used to
What
work at,
year
we
is
did a lot of Fords.
What, Brian?
What year is Casper? What year truck is that?
71, I believe.
Is that the same as yours? Same body style? I don't know.
Well, what was it? 60, 67 through
75.
72?
72 is the same body.
Yeah.
Brian, show us around your Duster. What are you working on?
I'm working on kicking it is what I'm working on doing.
Hey, Brian, what
I
time
can't
is it?
really do much. I need my wireless camera.
Hey, Brian, what time is it?
What time is it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't hung the clock yet.
It's about 3 minutes past panic time.
No, what I'm doing back here, I think everybody, or I don't know if everybody's seen it or not, but they cut the trunk floor out. And I'm wanting to just put a piece of flat steel in there because I'm putting a fuel cell in it anyway. But the steel I got, I'm going to use a Dakota hood because I'm cheap and don't want to buy metal. But
Hey, Brian.
it was like oil can real bad.
It would.
So I
it'd be
got
good
a piece of
idea to
angle iron I'm gonna run across the middle in between the 2 frame rails. So I gotta weld that piece of angle iron in there, then I'm gonna put the steel down and hopefully have the trunk floor done by this weekend.
Hey, Brian,
You
make sure you
don't have any way to break it? Cross break that metal?
Nah. I ain't got no fancy shit like that.
Go piece of angle iron and a hammer will do.
Don't feel bad. My satellite has some BMW hood steel for floor pan.
Oh, I got what I've been doing down here, which I did do that last night. Let me get this thing working here. Okay, there we go.
Is that going to be a big tire car or small tire?
Big tire or small tire. It's just the big tire is going to stick out about this far. Because I'm done, I guess. But no, I had to cut a wedge out of here and make that that I'm done. Oh, I had to cut a wedge there and move that in, and I got that all welded up and packed back together. It's just going to take a little bit of filler to cover it up and make it pretty, but it's
Hey,
solid.
Brian, you might consider pop riveting those pieces in there until you get them fine tuned and all the pieces in place. Then you can do a final weld and fit. Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not about. Or I got some tech screws too. I could just
Tech screws.
I tech screw everything. That's what I do to test
Well,
it.
Because see, then what you can do is, let's say you weld one piece in and you find out, boy, that'd be nice to have that access back to put this piece in.
yeah.
Take the rivets out, then you can trim your other pieces and fit them better. Anyway, once you get all your pieces fitted like you want, then just weld up whatever you want.
I wish I need to figure out a way to make this camera where I can actually move it around. Because, like, look out, Kevin. I'm swinging the camera that way. Like right
Put it on a
here.
cart.
Well, it won't find, the computer can only go so far away from the TV. But you know, like right here on the vinyl top cars, they never finish this seam off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like where the roof and the thing
Yep.
meet.
Yep.
Well, I got in with a welder, filled all that in, and then ground that all out. And I'm really proud of that because it looks really nice.
Cool.
But I can't show anybody.
Be the nicest part of the car.
The darts.
It is going to be the nicest part of the car.
The darts where they had the back vinyl, there was a big, long, crooked seam on the C-pillar. And
Like right here?
yeah, well, no, it was even bigger. It's down at the bottom on the dart.
Oh, where? It was down here?
It's about 2/3 of the way down the C-pillar, and in the middle of it, it
okay.
makes a V up toward the glass.
Oh, so it was right in here. In the factory, they filled that in with lead on this one because this one didn't have the back. But it was that's why this filler's here. It's real thin, but because it was wavy from the factory. That job they did, I got that really nice and smooth and pretty. But yeah, there ain't much filler there if a magnet sticks through it. I guarantee a magnet won't stick to them damn quarters when I'm done.
I think that's
But
what
I
I'm
don't
going to
care.
do. Do a magnet test. I think that'd be humorous.
I bet half the cars that come to this thing you do a magnet test on and be funny as hell.
Roadrunner won't. Roadrunner has a big old chunk of Bondo that fell off of the left quarter, and you can just see the thickness of what was below it. It's terrible.
Shoot, Frankenova's got mostly rust on the quarter panels, so it's obvious it's metal.
I was gonna, if I wouldn't have had the pieces I have. Oh, that's another thing. All the steel I'm using. This car came with a floor pan that I don't know where it was bought from, but it was for a Camaro. And somebody had cut pieces out of it. And I'm like, well, hell, I'm putting all that steel everywhere in here.
Hey, Brian, we got a different crowd in here. Why don't you show them the clock?
Oh, the clock? Okay.
Let's see if we can do this.
Yeah, make them big.
I'm trying.
You're like the size of my thumb, so I can't really see it too well.
Okay, check this out.
Whoa.
Okay, start with that section. Lots of time.
Let's see, where am I at here? Okay. This is hard to do. That one says lots of time. What does that one say? I can't read it on the
Give
thing.
me just a second.
You know what they all say.
Give me just a second. I got it. Okay, so the first section is lots of time. The second one says still plenty of time. Just keep calling people out. The third one says time to get busy. Then it's, man, this car needs more than I thought. Then it's keep working on it and hope all the parts get here. Then it's we have problems and half the time is gone. Backup plan 205 radials. Then it's okay, it doesn't have to get painted. Then it's call Jed and ask if he has 205 radials. Then we have I can't believe how many parts a Duster is supposed to have. Then it's call everyone, panic time, find people to blame. And then it says maybe I can just roll it onto the show field and make car noises.
That's the best one.
In the last section says lots of time for next year's No Name Nationals.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the car noise one is the best one, though. That is the best one.
I have the only No Name Nationals clock.
The only one.
215 days left and 217 days worth of work, right?
Dodge Whisper. He's got the only one. I didn't make two, so.
I need to click on comments. Is Dodge Whisperer in here?
Dodge Whisper's in. Dodge Whisper is the most recent entry into the 500 club. He got his 500 subs a couple hours ago.
Congrats.
Yeah, I was hyping him up. I was trying to get people. Did you notice that in Uncle Tony's chat? I was like, hey, He's only 2 away. Come on, people. Congratulations, Doc.
Dallas and I were trying to figure out what we could do, and we figured that Brian should have that. He was one of the earliest supporters of the No Name Nationals, so he's got a unique keepsake that no one else has.
I still got to get my subs. What am I up to?
What are you up to? 3 something?
I am 387 is what it says on my analytics.
If there is anybody here who is not
it says 388 on my channel. So
if there's anybody in here who's not subscribed to Dust Devil Garage, go check his channel out. I won't tell you should subscribe to him, but go check him out and see if he earns
go check it out.
Well, you gotta have to subscribe to him because he called me out. And
yeah, but you never made a video. You never made a video accepting my call out. So
got to get her closer to being on the road.
Yeah, I just subscribed to you from 2 channels. So
after Lunar's call out video, we didn't feel a bit bad about centering that clock.
That was a good video.
Yeah.
I enjoyed making it.
I thought it was funny.
It took like 10 minutes to make it, though. I didn't put a whole lot of time into it. I hope nobody thought I put a whole lot of time into it.
White Trash Motorsports just registered. We'll see about that.
Who registered?
White Trash Motorsports. Sam. Let me tell you something.
Okay. He's been around for a while.
He's got a funny username, but he's got a serious cutlass. He's got a 9-second turbo LS cutlass that you should be afraid of. He's like the guy nobody's talking about, and they should be.
Isn't he one that's coming swapping his motorhome?
Yeah. Here we go. Now Sam's got 84 subscribers, and I'm now I got to do it when they come in. I want to not remember. So I'm now gonna right now.
Joe, why aren't you in here talking with us? We know you're holding a baby.
No,
it's all right.
I sent you the link, Joe. I'm right now going to remove Sam from the maybe list.
What channel
and
is
add
that?
him to the faux show list.
Faux show.
Yep. And put my little notation in there. And there we go. So now Sam's on the official list. Cool, man. Yeah, if any of y'all want to, Andy, Joe, any of y'all guys in there, y'all want to jump in?
All right, I'm fixed to get out. White Trash Motorsports, I just subscribed to you. So
yeah, I'm gonna hop out too. I'm getting low on water.
Yeah, see what you've done now, Sam. You got John there. He's gonna size you up.
Sports Garage. See him there? You need to look him up.
Do all your research. Got to do some recon.
You're a bad son of a bitch.
But Lunar, I was serious about that 2JZ. If you want to unload it, bring it to No Name Nationals.
Oh no, I went out of my way to pick it up.
Oh.
I have plans for it.
He's giving me a hard time. Stephen asks a good question here.
Ooh, I'm getting some lag.
How many are registered but not the 500? We have probably about 26, 7, 25, somewhere like that, who are registered and still need their subs. And most of them are going to make it. And a few of them probably won't.
Aren't there a lot of channels that are trying to wait till they get the subs before they register?
Well, that's their problem. I mean, because here's the thing.
Here's liable to sell out first. Yeah,
it's a disservice in several ways. One, if we have to cut off entries because we're going to get to a point where we can't logistically get everybody to run.
Right.
That's one. Another problem is, don't you think that getting registered and getting in the mix when we have opportunities to help you get subs is worth it?
Yeah, that has exploded me.
There's probably been. I bet it's worth 100 subs just right off the bat just to get registered.
Oh yeah. Well, then you're
easy.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's benefits to going and getting registered. Now, I can't tell anybody, to risk their $50 or $75 that are coming for one day or two. But I can tell you this: your spectator ticket costs $15 if you buy it online. So if you wind up not making it and just getting an expensive spectator ticket, how much are you even risking? Right?
Yeah, not bad.
You still get to network.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, so that the entry fee covers the vehicle and one human handler. And if the vehicle doesn't make it, the human handler can still come. Right, Brian?
Hey, I ain't got to worry about that.
I know. I had to. No, I think Brian is going to make it because he's the kind of guy that if he winds up having to pull late night thrashes and all in September, he's going to make it.
No, I'm gonna be pulling late night thrashes. You don't understand. I've got this set up here. Mama Devil there sitting on the couch right now.
Yeah, cool.
I got a couch in here. I got
Nice.
my grill over there. I got a refrigerator, a microwave.
Love
I'm
it.
gonna come in here once it warms up on a Friday evening. I'm gonna start up a live, and I'm not gonna shut it off until I leave on Sunday, just to show people what I'm doing. I'm gonna sleep here.
Don't
You guys
take the
gonna
camera in the
Hear
bathroom.
me
with you,
snoring,
man.
all kinds of stuff.
No, that's cool. No, that's really cool. That's cool.
That could get more watches than paint drying.
Yeah.
See, Andy, thanks for coming by.
Take care, man.
Later.
I got some lag going on. I'm gonna refresh this. It might kick me.
I'm gonna hop off, guys.
Yeah, it's
All right, gentlemen. Oh, well, this was just a pointless random live, so it's not like we had any reason to sequester you or keep you.
It was fun.
Hey, I was sitting in bed editing a video, and I was like, okay, I got to get up now. So
Well, that's the thing. I don't do these, so everybody thought something had to be up to see my channel live.
That was the lag. I had it on the YouTube channel. That was the lag.
all right, well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Y'all have a good night.
We'll
All
see you.
right,
Thanks
see you
for stopping
later.
Bless,
by.
guys.
Thanks for stopping by, man. That was cool. Anybody else wants to jump in? I'll stick around a little while longer. Like I said, it's just a random pointless hangout live. I never do these, but it's fun. This is
Yeah,
cool.
I was kind of bored. I was like, anything going on? And I was hoping somebody go live tonight.
I saw nobody
What
else
is-
was live, so I thought, well, why not?
I thought Tony was leaving his up all night.
I don't think so. He had a problem, and so he stopped it. No, he was gonna probably left it up if not for that.
Oh, okay. Well, heck,
Yeah.
if you get tired of it, I'll probably start one
every
out.
live, Levi. Every live.
John, if you
Understood. We
if
appreciate
you
you.
get tired, I'll probably go ahead and fire one up after you're done, just to give people
Tonight?
a place to sit around and hang out.
What, tonight?
Yeah.
Well, we could. We can always do that, but I mean, we got a lot of your viewers in here now.
I know a lot of people come in. I know a lot of people come in just to talk,
Yeah, that's cool.
So, like I said, whenever you're done, I'll probably fire one up. Just no rush or anything.
Sure.
But whenever you're done, I'll fire one up.
Sure.
And I'll go to work and people can talk.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carrie can monitor the chat.
Yeah, nobody told me that before you go live, you have to wait 24 hours first time you go live. Nobody
Yeah.
said that. Because I was going to try and test out my camera and everything today, and it said, no, you got to wait 24 hours.
Wild Rose, you have a good evening. Wild Rose is the most underrated channel. I'm telling you, he's legit, and he's one of these people that not that many people have heard of, but should. I'm gonna have him on a live pretty soon.
Oh, I get him and Bear Roast mixed
Yeah,
up.
well, I mean, they're
Barrows has a minion hat.
Didn't Bear Roast start his channel because of the No Name Nationals though?
Barrows had a
Or
handful
did
of
he have it?
subscribers, and he'd been
Oh, okay.
commenting. But I think he first started making content because of the No Name Nationals.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we're having a blast with this thing. There's a few people who are from the car show crowd who don't like all the No Name Nationals content because they're car show people. But you can't imagine. You can't imagine how little I care about that. No, I mean, when I say car show people, the kind of people who turn their nose up at cars that have primer or incorrect, those kind of people.
People that would hate everything in my driveway.
Exactly. They're the kind of people who look at Ruben's cars and tell him, well, it has 68 doors. Okay, you know what? We're glad that the cars got saved from the crusher. You know what? We're just glad it's here. We know it.
You know,
You're talking about the kind of people that actually think I'm not going to get this done because it takes 3 years to build a car.
Well, but they're the kind of people that think that you're not going to get it done because it has to, of course, have a Concord. It needs to go on a rotisserie, Brian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those people. Those people.
Even though with the way it is, a rotisserie might help me get at some of this stuff.
No, not as much as you think.
If it could be done right, I'd like to have a rotisserie when I go to weld those frame connectors.
Is there a link for specs to what? What specs are we talking about?
Like the
rules,
like safety rules and stuff. All you have to do is go to AHRA. All their stuff's on there.
Well, yeah, if you want the rules, you can. I've also
or go watch Just Mopar Joe's videos.
Yeah, see, exactly. Okay, I'll give you an experience too. So there's a local car club here, and I can't say where I saw them because I'm going to run into them again. They're a local club. And they invited me, oh, you should join us. You have several Mopars. Okay. Well, they have this email list, right, with 400 people on it. And they wanted, so I said, you can post to the list. I said, okay. I said, I'm looking for some vintage sheet metal to do some patchwork with. So if any of you guys have a crumpled up quarter or door skin or hood or trunk lid or anything that came off something wrecked, I'm interested. You know, I need some vintage sheet metal. Do you know I did not get a single reply out of 400 people? Now what kind of car club out of 400 people does not have one person, a Mopar car club, does not have one person that has a little bit of junky sheet metal laying around?
A car club where everybody had their cars built for them?
Yeah, you know what? So you know what I did? Unsubscribe, not interested.
You're right on that. People
I got Mopar metal laying all over this place.
You know what I think I'm going to do? This car club has shows a couple times a year around here. I'm going to take my Roach Runner and park it there, and I'm going to get a camera hidden on the car just to see what. And then I'm not going to be with the car. I'm going to go somewhere else just to see what kind of snob comments it gets all day long. And I'm going to put that on my channel just to show people what car show people really like. Oh man, I can't believe he'd bring this here. Oh, just acting like they need to take a shower just for looking at it. Those kind of people.
What engine are you planning on putting in that?
I've got some options.
Okay,
we'll get to that.
Well, because I was thinking if you didn't really care about correct or anything like that,
no.
those motorhome 440s, they're out there everywhere.
That's what's in old red. It runs like a top.
That's what I'm going to end up doing with this. Is I'm putting a motorhome 440 in it. I got a guy who that's what I'm saying. I've got plenty of transmissions laying around here. I've got one that's good, and that's what's going in here. I'm going to buy a motorhome 440 and 8 3/4 rear end. Buddy of mine, 2 hours away from me, has all of it, and I'm just waiting until after Indy, and I'm going to go up to his place and buy all that from him, and then I'll have every major piece to this car.
What year is it?
I think it's a 77.
Okay, so it's a cast crank.
Yeah, it's a cast crank one. But it's cheap, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, a cast crank, there's nothing wrong with it. Just.
Well, I want to see exactly how much power I could get out of one, without
600.
My buddy Robert ran a big block Ford in his Comet, 528 inch. He ran a factory 460 cast crank in it, and the rod journals were cut so that he could run it's 2.5. He had them cut down to a 2.2 journal size to get the stroke. Factory cast crank dynoed 1020. Factory cast crank.
Wow. And it
And
lived?
it lived. He had one in the little 472 that dynoed 840, and that motor had 800 runs on it, and it never had a crank failure.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'd like to get a good set of heads because the heads, even because what I'm planning on next year, after the No Name Nationals, I'm going to be doing some more stuff to this car. It's not like I'm going to get rid of it. I'd like to build a stroker motor for it and stuff like that, And I figure if I buy a good set of heads, even if I scatter the motor, if I don't hurt the heads there, I got them. I can put them on the next motor.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking it might be funny that next year, I'm doing this year. I'm going to make it this year. Next year, I may do the same thing. I may drag another piece of junk in here and just be like, yeah, I'm building this for the No Name Nationals for 2023. I'm going to have another one in here. And then everybody can be talking like they are now that I'm not going to get it done.
Well, we are
Well,
gonna
Hey, Street Fox.
Yeah, I do.
Street Fox lives a few miles from me. Dart Freak 75. I want to get together with you and he. He lives in Max Meadows, and I'm going to Georgia the 11th through the 14th. I want to get back. I want to get with you, Street Fox, and Dart Freak 75, and we'll do a video and/or a live or something like that because you guys are local. So we'll do something like that.
Yeah, 318 Will Run says the cash crank is not a weak link.
No, not at all.
No, they'll hold like that. From what I understand, they'll easily hold 600 horsepower, and I don't see myself pushing that much.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. You got to watch your timing though on it because they're not as good as a forged crank. They won't tolerate as much.
The thing I worry about is the nitrous with the cast pistons.
Yes, that's a big thing. That is a big thing.
I'm not going to be able to push a lot of nitrous to it, but I think under 150 shot will be fine.
Oh, 150 shot would be more than fine. You probably put with the low compression and timing, you could probably get 225 as long as you didn't get any detonation. Once you get detonation in a cast piston, though, it'll bore right through that thing.
It's gone. Buster.
First time it does it, it'll burn right through that piston.
Yep.
Ask me how I know.
Yep. They're not forgiving.
At all.
All right, Levi's Backyard Performance, you are registered. I'm moving your name
Awesome.
to the registered column right now, and then I'm putting my little note that I put on it to know that you still need subs.
Levi's Backyard Performance. Write that one down and look him up. We'll sub to him right now.
Yep, Levi's Backyard Performance.
Yep, going there now.
I agree. Dart Freak and Street Fox 347. We're going to try to get together with those two guys when I get back from Georgia. It'll be the middle of March. I'll be in Georgia from the 11th to the 14th, so it'll be after that, and then I want to do something with those two.
What was that again? Levi's?
Now, what time are you going live Friday, John?
It'll be 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
So 8 o'clock where we're
Street SRP. No, I am not.
Oh, and I do plan on, I'm going to try if they let me. I want to go live from mine and Jed's booth at Indy.
That'll be cool.
On Friday during the day. So, because we've got who else coming out?
Duster Buzz.
Yeah, Carlos from Duster Bust. You guys ever watch any of his stuff?
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be. We're going to meet up with him at Indy, and Rob Z from Jegs. He's going to be there. So I'm wanting to try to do a live from our booth when everybody's there. I don't know if Jed will be on it though, because he's too busy wheeling and dealing at that thing.
What's up, Mo Parral? Hey, Mo Parral, shoot me an email or text or something because I'd like to get you on a live. What I'm trying to do is mix in the channels that the bigger channels, have them on, and then I'm trying to pair up the guys from the No Name 500, pair up the ones that have stuff in common and pair them up. And so that's what I'm kind of working on. So eventually I'd like to get both of you guys Of course, you're both on live now. Go ahead and plug your channels. Go for it. We got a pretty good crowd watching, actually.
Al needs to bring both of those cars. He needs to bring it. He's the one doing the slag hammer, right?
Right.
And he's got that. Well, I guess it got in that accident, but that Ram, I'd like to see that thing run.
What is a non-flyer inspector business? I don't know what that is.
Well, that's what you were talking about next year. I've already made my decision to do an arrow next year. John's live last night.
That's so cool.
I'm going to do a small block arrow.
Oh, did you see that? Did you guys see Ruben's newest video where Richard's going to pick up that?
I saw
that Duster is cool.
He gets that. I hope he gets
the
that.
Duster's cool, but you know what? It's just almost guaranteed Betty White's not going to be there. I hate that because I really want to see Betty White getting there.
See, the thing is, if you're serious about growing a channel and actually using this event to help grow your channel, you got to pick what car is going to get you the most attention. And I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
You know what he
should do? If he gets both of them, he should ask his current subscribers what car do they want to see.
We'll see.
We'll
see. That would be a good one.
I'll tell you what, 5 years ago, there's no question the answer would have been just Duster. But now I think that there's enough people that would carry. By the way, 318 will run. We don't know exactly what we're doing depending on how many we have and what. We're mostly going to organize the race so that people who are just showing their cars don't have racers driving through their area to keep the show and the pits separate. But don't worry about that. We'll work it out for you, okay? I'm going to be there with the family and friends, and I'm not going to have a picture where a bunch of people are talking about a bunch of vulgar garbage either, and I know you don't either. So if nothing else, if we do a sign, I'll put you with my crew.
Well, guys, Mama Devil just showed me. I started out before I when he came in here with, what was it, 387?
Yeah.
I'm up to 395 now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're catching me. I hadn't moved it all.
You know what? Let's
got a big jump.
Let's get Brian to 400. Let's get Brian to 400, and then I'll shut down. He can fire up his 400 celebration. How about that?
Get me to 1,000. Oh, never mind.
So if any of you guys have not yet subscribed or been to Dust Devil Garage, you should go over there, because what Brian's going to do when he gets to 400, he's going to celebrate on a live of his own and show off his clock.
Yeah, sure. I will hang the clock live.
Oh, that'll work. I'll be there for that.
Exactly. You can't miss that. You know how hard it is to make a clock when you're laughing your head off, Brian?
Yeah, and Brian, it's not right. I think you got a better channel than I got, and I got more subs than you. So you guys go sub to Dust Devil.
I got a better channel than anybody. All right. All I am is a stupid redneck in here tearing stuff up.
Oh, I love your channel, man. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, 318 Will Run. I appreciate that. I enjoyed the live I did with you. Do it again sometime.
I do like your neighborhood idea, though, John.
That's what I'm saying, because
any way we could do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to help people know who they want to pit with, right? Because you kind of have neighborhoods within YouTube. So if we kind of know what general area you're pitting in, it will help people know where they want to pit. So we're going to.
I mean, I'd like to be. I mean, if it's at all possible, I'd like to see because we got a little group. We've always had our little group.
Yeah.
Me, Jed, Ruben, Tall John, Blake, all of them. I'd like to see all of us like in the same area because I'm planning on doing it pretty big. I'm going to have barbecue going. And
yeah.
I'm actually thinking about leaving the truck and trailer at the hotel because I'm not camping. But I'm planning on leaving the truck and trailer at the hotel just so I got more room in the pits for people to come in and hang out.
Guess what, Dust Devil? You're about 401.
Yes.
Nice.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
All right, so
Thanks, everybody.
What up, Jed? Glad you could come in. All right, I said at 400,
Hey, Jed.
shut down so Brian can celebrate 400 and hang his clock live. So, as always, and I know this is just a random live, but I'll still do the same. Want to thank my moderators, Gizmo Par Joe, Bad Tree Blake, Fubar, Unity Motorsports Andy. Everything's good there. I'm going to be live with Dallas on March 4th at 7 Central, 8 Eastern for another No Name Nationals update. But it's not just another, because we have new stuff and updates and surprises along the way. So
Awesome.
miss them at your peril. No Name 500 guys, we're going to give you guys shout outs and do all that good stuff. So I'll see you guys Friday. And Brian is going live here right now. So look for Dust Devil Garage to go live.
Just fire mine up.
Yep. Brian will be live here shortly. Y'all take care. We'll
All
see
right.
you.
Later, guys.